firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple boats inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Our air support is here.
Unknown successfully identified.
They're under attack! Their artillery fire just...
These are Ocean. Try to run. Target eliminated.
Tank is destroyed.
Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
Those on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The illusions are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Can we take the enemy and strike them from behind? Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running. There's more over here. Body ships for those. Let's try to fight. Look at that. We're all lined up. No, we're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shields. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to. This whole operation is too bastard. It's a blatant war crime. Info on the perimeter. Three strikes to count the breach and the engine's gone.
Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
We don't need to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got it? It's no use. We're to the right. Fire! That's the supply ship! It's the radicals. It's not us. We're back. I'll make them pay for this.
We'll head back to 8. Give us another 30 minutes. The men standing one of us.
Sailing them! They know they're shooting at friendlies!
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Get closer! They'll never hit them from here!
Our guys have got the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Allied retreat looks good.
Taking fire! We're pinned down!
In gun range.
We're moving out! Leave the jet behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. It's the enemy's position! God, the artillery fire's got a number on my hearing!
Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Everything you need. We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation feeding time. Pull them away from the mass driver. We are still in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Getting the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Special security squadron is demanding to be led from base. Shit. SKT's in one direction.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with cell
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something.
Attack missed. Try to save your ammo. Throw them in and then fire at once.
Hostile confirmed destroyed. Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys, take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return!
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Visual.
I can see them.
Identification complete. It's Erosion bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Enemy on your back.
Target was not struck. Strider 1, target acquired.
These guys are working together to bring us down.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Control, this is Flight Leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch. Launch control. Animals closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Strider 1, target acquired. More bombers approaching. Intercept them now. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. Intercept those bombers. Strider 1, missile launched. Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets. All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the safe side?
Firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire. Roger. Where are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out. Continue with your mission. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Everybody, stay cool. We won't run it. It's fine if we take a little damage.
landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile.
That goes first.
Missile.
Tank fire, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo. Push them back. Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Missile. Missile.
An explosion inside!
Do the countdown. It's not stupid. Grab the supply ship.
Do the countdown!
There's still one arsenal bird left. You'll have a fighting chance.
Use cameras to track the supply ship.
Target destroyed.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. I think we're done.
Missile.
Target acquired.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. Hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Illusion tanks right here. They say their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. What is this?
You can call me Scrap.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I know that voice anywhere.
So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Hey, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help us refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13. All hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find them, the more people we can save. We destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I'm thinking about how I do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
Okay, sir. It's taking us to the enemy's doorstep. Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! It's right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. You don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry.
Missile.
Target
Missile.
acquired.
Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are dead. I don't think I can do anything with that scrap. That took care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard of an Illusion soldier that's affected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal Burns air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. The supply ship's in the clouds. We can't find it. That giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
Entering cloud cover.
These guys continue pursuit of the supply ship.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
The operation fails. We have failed everyone who helped.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
Missile. Missile.
Locked on bandit.
60 seconds remain.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. 60 seconds remain. Trigger, you're gonna lose it. Fly at full speed. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
Shotgun range. Target acquired.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position.
Destroyed.
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Rosian refugees. Must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What is he talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused.
I know. We're all out of ammo. Here, don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again. Our anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%. Why are they attacking this base?
Target acquired.
Hit them with AA shells and they'll come down.
Target destroyed.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. officers from Boslich, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they all enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Missile.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Hurry up with takeoff prep.
Behind the enemy. Strider 3 launching missile.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you. Strider 1, APC destroyed.
Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
We don't have enough AA weapons. They're bombing us. We're unable to use the SAM. Help me!
Destroy the target.
Strider 1, missile launched.
I have to break.
Locked on.
Strider 1, target
They have 4 aircraft. 4 planes incoming. Fire more missiles. Fire the SAM at once.
coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies.
Shit. I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Strider 1, target
Thanks
acquired.
already. They can pay for what they did to our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. Everything's on fire! Getting out of block. Breaking.
Missile. Missile.
All our infantry fighting vehicles and tanks are caught. The SAM is out. We're running out of ways to strike back.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Bandit has a lock.
In gun range. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile heading your way.
Missile hit.
Bomb turning half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
Missile. Missile.
We still have plenty of missiles left, but the launcher is toast. Please, somebody answer us.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town's of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
Missile fire, evading. AA destroyed. We're getting stuck. Yes, Michael. Search squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Interceptors are in the air.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul squadron, airborne. We're shooting invaders out of our skies. Come on, Soul squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the OCN Long Range Strategic Strike Group.
Missile.
Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
Missile.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to talk in so tough to lose one of the leaders of Monty. You bastard! You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit!
Missile.
I'm out! Ejecting!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I hope he's okay. Mainly under those conditions. I can see his parachute. It's breaking takes him to safety.
approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, we must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person. Yui.
Legion squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. No, Trigger. I can't get close enough.
Trigger, the rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Okay. They just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack. Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would be best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then to see if he's truly worthy.
That bastard won't get away till he realizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces.
Somebody guide us. Right now, we can't be fighting for him. Together, now tell me something. Trouble fighters don't move around. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. I'm there with the facility and we should be fighting against him.
Like the sky's been sliced wide open.
Railgun is firing again. Strider 1 has been hit. Are you alright?
He's fine, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've failed every last one of them.
Missile launched. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take it down as quickly as possible.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
Careful, fingers.
These movements, I knew it. Mr. X moves like the drone I saw at Vulcan. Maybe you've got it backwards.
Missile.
fighting on your own.
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting along.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Strider 1 has been hit. Are you alright?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces. That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces. Hey, look. It's like the sky's been sliced wide open. He found out he had double gates on the new toy.
System power at 50%.
Target acquired.
100%. Targeting correction 0.02 degrees. Targeting assisted prep complete.
Target's in machine gun range.
We're almost there.
Fox 2.
I'm sure I'll pull that carefully. Get closer.
Targeting correction 0.02 degrees. Targeting correction 0.02 degrees.
The railgun is firing again. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take it down as quickly as possible.
Cooldown complete.
No, that's not it. That will not do.
System power at 50%. Warning, braking control deactivated. Ready to fire.
Railgun has been fired.
Beyond the limits of machine assistance, I say. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%.
Trigger.
Missile.
System power at 60%.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes. This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO-2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkins? Because this guy was a Belkin, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkin, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusea? My grandfather had only one wish: to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusea after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder...
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Let's get the briefing started.
We
done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored General Network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air to the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. Take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse and see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island, the 444 squad. It's a message to all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that arsenal.